We're back.
I'm doing my gang signs.
Is that east side or west side? What are we talking about here?
Midwest side.
Midwest side. How's it going, Hidden? You right?
Yeah, I'm still here, man. I'm still here. So the men in black ain't paid me off yet. But I'm still open. I'm still open for suggestions.
Well, we're officially shapeshifters from last week, according to was it Drumstick? Wasn't it Drumstick? You sent that picture of us shapeshifting. Yeah, still waiting for the paycheck, by the way, for the powers that be. So, but nevertheless, welcome on in, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well.
So we
Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, it's Wednesday.
The hump. Happy hump day.
Happy hump day. Yeah.
Right. So, and how are you, Nick?
I'm doing all right, man. Yeah. Don't know if you noticed the new bookcase. I don't think you've seen it last time. My lovely. I've got. Well, basically, I've got to get another one. So the idea is the background will be all books, and I've got all my magazines at the bottom. I've got some stuff at the top here. So yeah, I think it's quite nice, isn't it?
I just had an image of you turning up in a smoking jacket with the pipe, saying, "Now we will read from this book, UFO over Alabama."
Yeah. Get in there, mate. Get in there. So I'm not reading that great, but I can't even get names right, to be honest with you. But otherwise, it's a new edition. It's quite nice. Quite like it. So yeah.
All right. Well, do roll call, and then we can just dive into the Bill Herman. Did I say him right, Bill Herman?
Yep.
Yeah, Bill Herman. Did you know when I was researching? I just got to say real quick. Did you know when I was doing a little research into Bill Herman?
Yeah.
I nearly got confused because there's two Bill Hermans that both had UFO sightings.
Oh, I came across an actor. Like, he's an old school actor, and I was getting confused by the two, but yeah, they're spelled differently, aren't they? Yeah.
Well, yeah. All right, so we have John Stokes in with us. Thank you for sharing out the show.
Thank you, John. Much appreciated, brother.
Hey, here we go, nice Drumstick. We have a big meow to Corbell's cat. How you doing?
Nice to see you, brother.
If we can't get Corbell, we got the next best thing, Mr. Corbell's cat.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you he's not putting out no documentaries or movies or books. Oh, yeah, but a shout out to Corbell. He had I'm getting confused, sorry. So there's no shout out to Corbell. But to Lou Elizondo, I know people don't like him, but he had a terrible motorcycle accident. So I hope. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The men in black tried to run him off the road. Nah. He just had a motorcycle accident. Shouldn't say that. Somebody would clip it, and then there it is. I'm in trouble.
But yeah, people can say worse. People are going to say worse things hidden about the guy, honestly. So I won't worry so much about that.
I don't, but I like to be factual. So he had a motorcycle accident, and I think he's at home now. But he was in hospital. Looked pretty banged up, man. So,
well, wishing him well.
Yeah, wishing you well, Lou. Wishing you well on your new documentary and book or whatever you got coming out for us.
Whatever you're selling, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, speaking of selling things, I have to say, have you seen that? I think it's in May. What's his name? The guy that looks like a reptilian, Stephen Guerrero. That's the only way I can get him. He does look like a reptilian.
It does now. It does. Yeah. What's that?
Right. Well, he's doing a conference where you can all go and view the big booger sphere for 50 quid a pop.
Oh.
Nothing's ever free. Hello, Ron Saxon.
Hey, Ron Saxon. Do you think the booger sphere is real? At this point, that thing's supposed to be 12,000 years old. Hidden, it isn't like 12,000 years old. It's again. I mean,
but it's only in tech. It might degrade differently.
But the thing is, it's like anything attached to Jaime Maussan, there's going to be a bit of fakery involved in that one,
Yeah,
but
anyway. That's the problem with Jaime now. I'm not going to discredit Jaime. I'm not going to give him credit. What I'm saying is Jaime throws everything at the wall.
I hope it sticks. Yeah.
But the thing is now, Jaime has had some good sightings. He's showed some good stuff. Unrefuted stuff. And that's the problem. It's the problem. When you show stuff that ain't legit, and then you show stuff that is legit, it all gets mired. So we start blaming the messenger rather than looking at the message.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
You,
I
you
mean, he's got a backtrack record of obviously promoting fake UFO sightings. But there's one thing I've always said, that if you go back to the 90s, specifically the 90s, especially at Jaime Maussan footage in like Mexico, there's some really good sightings there, mate. Like there's some like nothing you don't really see today in regards of like mass sightings.
That's why I get what people say about Jaime, and I see it myself because I'm in the game myself, so I see it. But you know, you have to sometimes. That's why I don't know about the boogosphere. I'll be straight with you because they've done everything right in my opinion. They opened it up for anybody to come and have a look at it, do your tests, do this, do. They haven't kept it a secret. Now they're taking it on tour and charging 50 quid a pop to have a look at it.
Just like there's some like MP3 player inside of it playing alien music. I don't know about this. I think it's just fake, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion on that one. I need to see the thing levitate and fly. If you want me to believe the boogosphere is real, it has to levitate and fly. We've got footage of it. Why not replicate that? Do you know what I mean? I just open the thing up. I want to see what it's like inside. Or unless we're going to have another James metallic thingy again. Is my volume low, is it? Black Dot. Can you hear me all right, Hidden?
It's Black Dot Tyrannade.
It's by Black Dot. Turn your microphone up. Not your microphone.
I saw Black Dot. I got to say something. Black Dot commented on my latest video and he took it down. Mate, I get you. I'm going to say this to you, Black Dot. I get you. I know you're joking because I know what happened before. And I did say, you know, he's having a giggle. Because he likes to have these little funny comments on my videos, which I look forward to seeing. But some people will take them the wrong way. And somebody took one of the not his last comment because he took it down, but the one beat that he didn't take down. A couple of people took exception to what he said. And I had to chime in and say, look, the guy's having a giggle. But anyways, One True Saxon, nice to see you can make it. You normally miss us, so happy to see you here. Gobstopper.
Gobstopper, how's it going, man?
How you doing, brother? Here we go. Florida. I'm just gonna call you John Bell. The legend that is John Bell. Thank you for being here.
How's it going, John? Nice to see you, brother.
There you are, Black. Oops. See, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Nearly deleted your comment for no reason. You're deleting your comment, then I'm deleting it. There you go. Hello, Black. Hello, Black Dot. Hello, and Black you know what? Don't worry, because I know you're joking, man. I mean, if you can take the heat, then jump into the fire, mate.
It's true. Right. Yeah.
Hello, Rebecca. Always a pleasure to see you, lady.
Hello, Rebecca.
Always a pleasure.
Nice to see you.
And we got the legend, Bob Lazar. See, Bob Lazar, I respect you, Bob Lazar, because you don't charge people 50 quid a head to come see a round metal ball.
Yeah, but he's got a documentary coming out, which you got paid for, which is practically going to be AI. I guarantee half of it's going to be AI, and half of it's going to be regurgitated information that we've already heard. Yeah.
Footage. I mean, if the trailer's anything to go by, it looks lame as shit. I'll be honest. I saw the trailer and I thought, oh my God, there AI in this? The hell?
Everything's AI of that thing, mate. Yeah. Hey, sheep.
Hello, sheep. Pop. Right. We have Sadie.
Hello, Sadie.
We'll get through the roll call and start the show. Thanks for popping in, Sadie. Green Tea. How you doing, brother?
Sister.
Or sister.
It's sister, yeah. Nice to see you, Green Tea. Hope you're doing well.
That looks like a boy cat, though. Only a boy cat could pull that face. Is that a boy cat? We don't care.
I don't know.
It's a boy.
I think I've seen you, Green Tea, once when you're on Crafty Nihilist with Mark. I know the fact you're a woman. I know for a fact. That's for sure. Yeah.
I'm still saying that cat's a boy. Anyways, here we go.
Tamish. See what I mean? I struggled yesterday with new words. I'm just gonna call you.
Tamish.
I'm gonna call you Tamish. Nice to see you, Tamish. Welcome on in.
How
Nice
you
to see
doing?
you.
Right. I think that is it.
Oh, just a massive thank you to Gobstopper
I
who
just seen
gave
it.
us.
Thank you. Hold on. Moody Mogul. Thank you, brother.
Hey, Moody. Nice to see you, brother. How's it going?
I can't turn on the lights, man. You guys don't want to be scared of me. Thank you, Gobstopper. Thank you so much for the donation. Can't turn on the lights. Can't turn on the lights. I don't want to scare you all. Right?
No, one true Saxon. I'm still learning words, mate. Trust me on that one. I struggled yesterday. I had a new people come into our chat, and I was like, "Oh my god, their name! I'll have to put it through Google Chat." I can't. Oh, I struggle. It's the excess pressure, mate. You know what it's like, Hidden, when you get new people that come in and you can't pronounce the name, and I feel quite offended, like the fact I can't pronounce these names at all. So. Hey, it's a learning curve. I'm getting there. But anyway,
I don't feel offended.
Super sticker.
I always say I'm going to alienate you now. I always say have easy names that people can pronounce.
Yeah. For instance, we have Ladybug. There we go. See, straight to the point. There we go. That's an easy one to remember. Nice to see you, Ladybug. Welcome on in. Nice to see you.
So before we go, thank you again. Hold on. Let's see this fun fact. Fun fact, it's so dark because Hidden lives in a butthole.
Black hole. Black hole. Oh dear, oh dear.
Right.
So yeah, nice to see everyone in chat. It's really, really good to see everyone. That's awesome.
So I'm gonna roll up. So you're gonna give us, because this is your show with Bill Herman.
Yeah, Bill Herman. Yeah, another classic case. Now we're kind of dealing with abduction cases on this one. Okay, so don't worry, we've got videos to play. Might be a little bit of a shorter show. We'll see. We'll see. There is a book by Rendell Stevens, which you can see the collection I have right here. I've got 5 of the books, and one of them is called UFO Contact from Undersea or something like that. It's to do with Bill Herman's case. They want Hidden £250 for it. It's ridiculous. So I've got to sell off a few other things in my collection. It's like, why the price? Why for a book? You know. But again, if you're a collector like I am, it comes at a price. I mean, for instance, I got these 2 magazines from America that came in today, all from the 70s, which cost a pretty penny. But nevertheless, if you're passionate into ufology like I am and a collector, you might as well spend the money for it. Because you could gain value, but I'm not going to sell it. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Do apologize. So yes, Bill Herman is an American man from South Carolina, best known for his UFO contactee and claims of abductions in the late 1970s and early 80s. Okay, so his additional sightings is from 1977 to 1978. So Herman worked as a diesel mechanic, and he was attentively a skeptic of UFOs. Reported seeing a glowing disc-shaped object multiple times over Charleston area, someplace in America, starting from November of 1977. So on January the 22nd of 1978, he took 9 photographs of these flying discs. Now I'm going to show the photographs in a sec before we get into the documentary. So the abduction claims, all right. So this is from March the 18th of 1978. I feel like a sneeze coming on. Wait for it. It's gone. Whilst trying to get closer look at the UFOs, which describes as a metallic disc about 60 feet in diameter near his home, possibly over near the Air Force Base. So this is Charleston Air Force Base. He said that, is your lighter not working, mate? I can hear it.
No, it's Moody.
Oh, it's Moody, is it? Hold on. Oh yeah, MIB sneeze attack. Yeah, I felt one coming on, mate. He said he was beamed. So he said a beam of light paralyzed him. He lost consciousness and woke up about 3 to 4 hours later in a field roughly 50 miles away from Somerville, someplace in America. The deputy sheriff, Pike Limehouse, responded to his frantic call and later describes Herman as extremely excited. So Herman had no intentional memory of what happened during the missing time. Kind of reminds me of the Pascagoula incident of 1975. Go check out our live stream that we've done on that one. So he claims further sightings, including clear daylight photographs in 1980. We'll get to those photographs in a second. Consider as the most sharpest UFO images ever captured. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it from there, all right? So you've got a rough idea. He was abducted by aliens, beamed up to a ship. In the documentary about to show, he goes under hypnosis and trying to pinpoint what actually happened. I will say this, Hidden. Now, I showed you the video footage from the 1950s. So back in the 1950s, where George Adamski was really, really popular at the time, there was a place called Giant Rock, is where these alleged contactees came into almost like a conference, where there's a place in California. And everyone was talking about their experiences of being abducted by aliens. Aliens, but these are like humanoids, basically, you know. George Adamski's sort of style, obviously that brought on Billy Meyer. You can put Ed Walters from the Gulfbury sighting. So you do have fakery that comes into fruition, okay? Not saying that Bill Herman's alien abduction is fake, but you just got to put that into your consciousness purely because we got a backtrack record from the 50s of fakery. Go check out Alien Alex show I did on Friday to go more in depth into that. So what I'm going to do, Hidden, I'm going to bring up some photographs here of the sharpest UFO photographs from Bill Herman. Go check this out. So this is from Reddit. Oh, Ladybug, you just found this channel. Well, I hope you enjoy the content. We here on I was going to say Alien Addict. Then here on Hidden Underbelly, we go back to old cases. I think everyone's got a niche for old cases these days now. I think we need to look back into the past to understand where we are now in ufology. Okay, so what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is the clearest photographs of. I need to find it. Where is it to? Oh, there it is. There. So this was UFO photos from April the 14th of 1980. Is that Charleston? Yeah, Charleston, South Carolina, by Bill Herman. Check this out. Now, these are your typical flying saucers, flying discs, but we just coined the phrase flying saucers. So there we go. We got that. Oh, can you see that? Bit bigger. There we go. That's what she said. Fantastic. So that's the first one. All right. There's only a few photographs. We've got that one there. Okay, so if we look at the bottom, it is kind of blurry. Obviously, this is film because it's obviously in the 80s, isn't it? So is the object necessarily moving? Because if it's hanging from a string, you're going to get a more solid object focus on the object itself. I don't know. I'm probably just making it up. Here's another one. Check this out. This is from April the 14th, 1980. And here's another one. There we go. Always find these sources like vertical, sidewinding, you know what I mean? So yeah, there we go, guys. Those are the 4 photographs, the clearest photographs, according to ufology. A, B, C, and D. Look at that. Beautiful. Classic flying saucers hidden.
That's a nice one.
It is a nice one, isn't it?
It's a good shot.
It is a pretty good shot. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Even if it is fake, I'm not saying it is, but even if it is a fake, it's a good shot.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the video, but let the adverts skip for the moment because Moody's going to absolutely kick my ass if I don't get rid of these adverts. Wait for it. And we're good. There we go. Fantastic. Right, so we have a documentary here about Bill Herman. And I'm going to bring it up now. Okay, so this is obviously Eyes on Cinema. So check this out. So you obviously, guys, pour yourself an adult beverage, go 420, and sit back and relax and listen to Bill Herman's claims on his abductions. He is going to go into hypnosis as well. And let's find out. It's always good to really take a step back and analyze whether or not there's any, I can say truth to it, but you know when someone's kind of faking stuff hidden, you know what I mean? It's got that twang to it. But anyway, let's click play.
Meantime, he would call in Junichi Aoi, a seasoned UFO investigator with the Nippon Television Network. And between the two men, they would carefully reconstruct the strange
cheers.
events
Thank you.
that
That's
led
me
up
hidden.
to Herman's abduction. 3 months earlier, this had been a construction site for a new subdivision.
Nice to see you, Drum.
It had offered Bill and his wife Patty a panoramic view of the surrounding area to observe the bright, noiseless object in the night.
Oh, John, you make a really good thing. I love American classic cars. If I'm going to buy a car, sorry for pausing, it's going to be classic 1960s. I love classic American cars. They're beautiful. They've got style and swagger, baby.
Sky.
Particular evening we were out here. You're sitting. It was about
It's on a
little after 9:30, almost 10 o'clock, and we saw the object come up. My wife and I. We saw the object coming up this way.
Yeah.
Up the river, and it was about maybe 900,000 feet above the water. Just a disc of whitish light. And then it kind of rapidly gained altitude, going
I
up
ever
the
saw Ghost Quest,
apex
sorry.
of a triangle, if you
How's it
don't
going?
understand. And then we lost sight of it for a moment. We were both standing outside the car.
I
All of a
recognized you.
sudden, right over this area, the big light, just a light, it was coming straight for us. Our car was parked over that direction.
Yeah, muscle cars. Yeah.
And we got frightened. My wife got frightened very much. And we just left. I turned the car, jumped in the car and turned the car on. And started to speed out. And looking in the rearview mirror, I saw the light look like it reversed its course and started going back toward the river.
In other words,
when
came
we
close.
when we left,
Uh-huh.
when we were gone, the object came toward our car,
Oh.
and then it changed its mind or dropped following us,
Uh-huh.
and it just went back the opposite direction.
Oh.
Oh, Moody.
How big was it
Oh.
when it came close to you?
Oh man, the lights from it, huge, big old spotlights, like there's spotlights coming straight for us.
Oh.
And my wife was particularly terrified because we didn't know what was going to go on.
Uh-huh.
So she said, "Let's get out of here," and we left. Man, we was
Hey,
gone.
nice to see you.
Have you seen
Justine.
the detail of the UFO itself, or just like?
Well, you could see a shape behind the lighting,
Oh yeah.
and when it looked like a dull metal finish,
Mm-hmm.
and the lighting itself kind of more
Did you-
of the
did you
lighting
see
stood
that?
out than the detail of the
There's a
object.
UFO
But
there.
the object was
Wait, hold on 1 minute. Sorry, I got backtracked by Moody's comment. Let's go back a bit. Where to? On the background, yeah?
Just play now.
and when it looked like
Comes
like
outside
a dull
his head.
metal finish,
Mm-hmm.
and
See
the
it?
lighting
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, mate, it's Bill. There's one behind your head, mate.
itself
The same
kinda-
UFO he's describing
the
just
more
comes up.
more of the lighting stood out than the detail of the object. But the object it looked metallic, like a metallic skin, but the lights in the front of the object.
How was
He
the
willed
distance
it.
between yours and the
Oh, if
UFO when?
I'd have had a camera or a rock or anything, I could have thrown it and just hit the bottom of it. That's how close it got to the car. And it was just a matter of seconds. I mean, if we hadn't gone when we did, there's no way the object couldn't have intercepted our car. I'm very convinced if it wanted to catch us, it could have. Because it seemed to be moving that fast coming up from the river.
Was it before your abduction?
Yes,
or
it was.
Before?
It was before
So-
the abduction.
Was it?
I was with my wife and my daughter, so I didn't know. I didn't want to take any kind of chances on anything.
Mhm.
So we just left. And so,
Oh, so you should be very frightened.
that particular evening we were, because all the other sightings were just simply watching something moving in the sky, and never
Uh-huh.
anything coming that close to us. I guess I should have looked down the road then, but I didn't know what was going on. Up to that time, I was convinced what I saw was a military project. I never believed it was from another world or anything. I
Mhm.
thought since the area is in such close proximity to the
Thank you for the lovely comment. I'm looking very handsome today. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Sorry, Hidden.
Air Force Base, because
Thank
this area is a
do my
flight
best.
landing pattern for commercial aircraft
Mhm.
and sometimes military aircraft. And that was my thoughts back then.
Noticing that Bill is near emotional trauma, Junichi quickly changes the subject.
And then most of the sightings afterwards, one of those or a C-130 turboprop would come up and down the river, just fly up and down the river. And all I kept thinking, wow, man, I don't believe this. Because, you know, one of the feelings in my mind and my thoughts was, you know, when you see something, it seems distant. In other words, removed from you personally.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing was
Hidden, do you think he's selling it good? Do you believe his story so far? I know it's a bit
No,
early on.
it's getting interesting.
Yeah, sure.
Seems to be some military
Personally.
activity.
Yeah.
in other words, it not only were we watching it, but it by coming toward us, it was watching us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not just performing to delight us, but it seemed to react to our personal presence, and it reacted by coming toward us. And of course, it's frightened us because I never saw it that close.
Yeah.
And we left.
After the frightening experience, Patty's fear would overcome her curiosity. She would beg Bill to please leave well enough alone. He would agree, until 3 weeks later on a Sunday morning.
Patty was home, I believe. Yeah, our daughter was sick, and she couldn't go to church. So I got in my car to go to church, and I'm driving down Dorchester Road. And since that last sighting, I had kept my camera in my car fully loaded. I wasn't thinking about UFOs. In fact, I was listening to some hymns on the radio, Christian hymns, just minding my own business when this
Moody, I'm still working on that body, baby. You know what I mean? And but maybe get the calendar shots.
thing shoots across the road. Silver with a halo of light on the bottom of it. The most pretty thing I ever saw. At first it was silver, pure silver, and then it just changed like somebody got a retostat in a dining room and turned it from bright to dim. This thing was going up this way and back this way and back this way and getting so precise in its movements. That's where I connected, determined my mind, triangular patterns, because it went up like a triangle and then skid up and down this way. And I don't know the purpose of it, maybe to attract my attention. I don't know.
The triangular flight patterns would remain a mystery, and although the photographs were good, they would pale in comparison to those he would take later. As the investigative team neared the location where Bill took his dramatic new series, Stevens became concerned.
We would be filming near a strategic U.S. Air Force base, and I was concerned that this might cause problems for all of us. As a retired lieutenant colonel with the U.S. Air Force, I knew that the military could be unpredictable at times.
What you Saxon, there he is.
Especially when you have a foreign film team operating on the edge of a restricted flight line. And we were here investigating an unidentified flying object, a UFO, that was intruding in military airspace. Yes, I was concerned. Take off on landing runway. Okay, I'll look on the map right there. The end of the runway, there's a C-141 coming this way to
Do you think it's a good idea to be filming on a train track?
Well, this is Rendell Stevens we're talking about here. Very dodgy background, but
I don't know who he is.
I
I've
don't know.
never heard of him.
He's the author of these books, mate. That's very expensive. But he was banged up in jail a year after this interview. Put it in chat once you Saxon. You know what I'm talking about.
Somebody did. Somebody already did.
Yeah, there we go.
He did. He was kind of a Jimmy Savile.
Yeah. He was actually banged up for 3 years for it. So yeah, true story.
This is the position that he took the photographs
Okay.
of.
Now I know who you're talking about. Both of us. See, did you see the pictures that he just showed?
So you're saying they could, because he's next to pretty much an airfield, isn't he?
No. What I'm saying, what I wanted to say is, did you see the pictures that he just showed?
Yeah.
Now those looked, because they had the blur motion with them. It looks like it looked like somebody tidied them up on Reddit. Unless they were different pictures.
They look like different pictures, not because we didn't see the orange ones. That's the only thing.
Yeah, we didn't see the orange. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Some other
Let's. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Just spotted you, man. Thank you for popping in,
Photo
brother.
session at this site was most intriguing.
Oh, Ray Clay
Had
too.
Bill
I see,
simply
mate.
followed a hunch, or had he been telepathically guided to the location?
Hope you're doing well, mate.
Another mystery without any clues.
Like I say, I was at work, and I left work, was on my way home. And on my way home, I had that thought. It was like a impulse telling me to, go somewhere. And I started to think, where should I go, to myself? And then it was like in my mind, I got a mental picture of this area. And I knew it was near the air base. I knew where everybody parks. Got back here, and I wasn't back here 10 minutes when I could see the object. I don't know exactly where I saw it at first, but it circled the area, and I saw it. And I saw, the first thing I noticed was it was much smaller.
See,
I mean, it was...
that's definitely the one that we saw.
That's the one we saw. Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
The other
See how
ones
it's
were
all
anywhere
blurred
from
as
40
well.
to 65 foot diameter, but this one was 20, 30 foot. And another thing was, it was very, very different. It was different in the sense that instead of being orange and silver, it was just like a silver metal appearance.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that,
there they go, hidden. That,
Yeah,
no,
that
that
looks too
looks like the
clear.
real. Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
clear, isn't it? Yeah.
That looks
not only
clear.
that, but it had two domes, one of them on top of the object and one of them underneath it. But it looked sealed in metal. In other words, you didn't see no windows or no holes or nothing.
No windows.
No,
Oh,
I did not see any windows. It was just surface metal all the way around. Almost like sheet metal formed into the shape of a disc with two domes. One on top, one on the bottom.
how was the dome? Was it transparency? Or?
No, it was solid metal with
Solid.
the rest of the disc. And it was all colored silver with the sun shining off it. I mean, it was just beautiful silver like aluminum or sheet metal. Or,
How did it fly?
I don't know, I did not hear any noise. It was that, in that sense, it was like the other objects because it made absolutely no noise. I mean, it would go up like this and come back like this. Come around like that, and just watching it was, it was hard because when it would go that way, I'd run across the field, and I'm trying to get it in a viewfinder, and I took about 4 or 5 shots like that, and I believe 2 or 3 of them came out, and 2 came out empty sky. Well, in the course of the sighting, the object was going like this way, and then it reversed course and went back that way until it was like hiding behind some trees over there.
Yeah.
And I stopped and I thought for a moment it was going to be gone. But instead, I saw an airplane coming this way. And, I saw it getting closer and closer.
I begin to explore the island, gathering resources, uncovering
Moody.
secrets hidden in the jungle and
At the same time the airplane was
Moody.
halfway from those trees to where I was at, the object came from behind the trees to start to follow the airplane. Well, the way the airplane...
Do you know what's quite interesting? The fact he took a photograph of the plane with the object in the sky. Now he could have went and actually got. Yeah, sorry, Moody, about the ad. At least some sort of clarification with the actual pilots to see whether or not they actually spotted this object.
Well, if they're military, they ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Oh yeah, it's military. Yeah. It's because it's an Air Force Base, isn't it? Yeah, because I mentioned that when I was mentioning it in the intro.
came in like this, and the object came around like this. It started to come around like this, but instead it went back this way, and on these sides of the trees. And as the C-130 passed over me, I took a picture of it. And then I...
Look at that. Is that there?
No,
What
that's
cursor is?
the wheels. Yeah.
All right.
swung back. By that time, the object had gone back over here. And then it started to go back. I took some more pictures of it. Then it came over me like this, and the sun wasn't like this as much as it was over this way. And when it did, the object went straight up into the sun. And for a moment, it was cast as the sunlight hit it. It took on a dark shape. I got a picture of that. I did get a picture of that. And then the object looked like it went straight up into the sun. That was the last I saw it. I mean, it just climbed and climbed and climbed until it was gone. And I just stood in the field and shaking my head, trying to figure out why I was the one seeing all this. Waiting for someone to pull over and get out and say, what the hell was that? Or something to that effect. You know? Excuse my French, but I mean, that's really, I was just, and I was trying to think of what, first I want to guard the film, and I was praying all my pictures came out, because I knew I had some good pictures if they did come out.
Right. What do you think the military people?
I'm positive they had to see it. I know for a fact the Air Force people did, because it wasn't hid behind the trees where you couldn't see it. It was like, see that big tree?
Uh-huh.
It was like on
Right.
the other side, you're just sitting there next to the tree, just hovering right there. And when the airplane came over and it came back, if the pilot saw me, I mean, imagine the pilot that low to the ground. Here's somebody standing there with a camera taking pictures of his aircraft.
Right.
I mean, he had to see me on the ground, sure, because it's an open field.
Right. And also the radar man have known about it.
Oh, I'm positive the radar.
Right.
Look, the thing was 1,500. At one point, I'd say about 2,000 feet above the ground, 2,000, 3,000.
Uh-huh.
And from what I've talked to radar people, they say the radar will pick up anything as low as 800 feet. You know, if they find it at 1,500, they'll sweep the area and then come back and sweep it and try to get the lowest sweep possible in order to detect the object on radar to get an echo fix. And if that was able to happen, well then obviously somebody over there saw something. There's another one's going to take off. Next day, I got a phone call from the Air Force Base telling me to come out there and see a Captain King. He was interested in seeing my photographs. So I went out to the Air Base with my daughter in the car and got in there and got to the gate, and the guard didn't know what I was talking about. He said, well, Mr. Herman, it's 5:30 in the afternoon. Our information officer has been off duty since 12 o'clock. I said, well, somebody called me at 3:30 and told me to come out here by 5:30. And he said, well, wait right here. So I waited, and finally, about 20 minutes later, up drives this station
Hello, Mr. Sparklebaked. Nice to see you, man. Welcome on. in.
wagon, out gets this fellow in civilian clothes, walks up to me and says, hello, I'm Wade King. What can I do for you? And I said, well, sir, somebody from your office called me and said you were interested in seeing my photographs. He said, what photographs? I said, the photograph of the UFO I took. He looked at me and he says, wait right here. So he went to the guard shack. 5 minutes later, up walks the guard.
He does have that Beatles hairstyle, isn't he?
In uniform with a sidearm, puts his hand on my window in the car and says,
Like Paul McCartney.
are you military? And I said, no, sir, I'm not. He looked at me like I was born yesterday, and he said, well, let me tell you this. He said, why don't you turn the photographs over to the captain and let him take it from here?
Yeah.
Just turn the negatives and the photos over to the captain and let him take it from here. And I said, well, to myself,
Hell no.
I was not born yesterday. I said, listen,
Yes.
I'll compromise. I'll give you a photo, and you tell me what you want to do with it. Do what you want. Anything that you think you can help me find out what this is. He said, well, we'll certainly do that. Thank you so much. And he wrote his name on I.O. Bill Herman, one card, one photograph,
Yeah, it's like a Lego hairstyle, isn't it? Like the Legos.
you know.
No.
And he handed me his card with that written on the back. So I took it and I left. Thankful I wasn't military. So I took these blow-ups back to the information office to get my photo back from the captain. The minute I walked in his office, he was bright-faced, cheery attitude, and got up and said, hello, Mr. Herman, how you doing? And I said, fine. He said, let me tell you, we put it through our information channels, and this is what they told us. You photographed an F-4 Phantom flying at 5,000 feet. That's what you photographed, Mr. Herman. If you look here, pointing to that picture, he said, if you look here, you'll see the stabilizer and the back tail.
Hey, man, how's it going?
And you
Nice
can
to see
even,
you.
if you look close, you can see the exhaust. I didn't know what to do. So what did I do? I pulled out my blow-ups, and I said, tell me
Call you
something.
Millie,
I
mate.
put them
Nice to
down
see
in
you.
front of him, the same exact picture, and I said, does this look like an F-4 Phantom to you? And he looked at it, and he kind of went like this. And he says, now listen, he says, if I was you, I'd just forget you saw it. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was going on. I certainly didn't.
Yeah, Millie, I'm not too sure, brother, on this one. If he's hidden so far, we're like nearly halfway to the documentary. Do you think he's telling the truth through the accounts he's been describing so far? What do you reckon?
He's coming across quite credible.
He's selling it though, isn't he? Yeah, for sure. Again, I remain open-minded. I'm not going to bash the guy, even though he does have. He looks like like it's come out of the Beatles, you know what I mean? But yeah, the thing is with the abduction cases, you know, you do get the fakers. I'm not saying that's in this scenario, but I think he's selling it all right so far.
As far as I knew, what I'd seen was a military project. I didn't believe it was from outer space.
Also, I should mention there's Rendell Stevens sitting next to him. And what does Rendell Stevens do best? I'm not going to say about the kids, but sell books. All books and publications, baby. So Bill was going to get a bit of a percentage on that case. Do you know what I mean?
Or anything like that. I thought, well, man, you stumbled on a military project, and what proves it? The attitude of the Captain King. That's what proved it to me. You know, his attitude, his will. I thought I'd just forget it. You know, why would he forget something that's flying in the confines of the Air Force Base and flying with so near a nuclear weapons facility and you know, in this degree? Well, I didn't know what to do. And finally, I didn't have an opportunity to take any more photographs, and I didn't know where I should, you know, how far I should get involved in this. You know, my father said, well, if it is government, you're going to find yourself in over your head, and they're going to do everything they can to discredit you, and they're going to hurt you, and you're not going to get, you got to think your family and all this. I said, well, maybe I should.
With a smart meter,
Oh, my
getting cheaper
God.
off-peak energy is easier than you think.
I would agree once you Saxon, yeah.
On Vinted, you can sell the things that take up space in all kinds of categories.
Sorry.
I got a phone
Moody, what do I do to stop these ads? You said you got to put like a dash between one of the letters or something like that.
call
Ad blocker.
about, I think it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, from a gentleman who identified himself as Tom Olson. He was in town from Riderwood, Maryland, to investigate the UFO sightings and the earthquake phenomena in Charleston, which has been going on, roughly,
It's Bob Lazar, the blurb dolls, I can explain that. I'm sorry, but that was to do with my nan, all right?
since October
True
of
story.
77. And he told me that he was here to investigate this. He was going to take some photographs of the areas where all the UFO sightings had taken place. And
can
that he was
explain.
going to make available to me copies of the information and his conclusions and findings.
Hi, Face.
Talked
Nice to
with
see you,
much
mate.
authority, a great grasp of my naive knowledge of the subject, and suggested, could we meet? Well, about 3:30 he arrived at the house. He had a Maryland driver's license with his picture on it, and then he showed me a retired military ID card, and I believe it said United States Air Force, retired. And then he showed me a Social Security card, and then what they called the UFO Information Retrieval Center ID card, which was a long title.
So I'll just put that chat in Grok. Apparently he's still alive, apparently. So he's still going to get a bit of money from the book deal, which I would imagine he would
Not
get a percentage
necessarily.
from.
Not necessarily. How it works is they buy the story off of you, and they buy it for peanuts. So all the money's going to get made from the guy who wrote the book.
What,
I learned
what
that.
if he right, okay. What if he co-authored the book though? This is it. Does he get
Then
like a
he'll,
one-off fee?
then he'll get if he co-authored the book, then he gets what the residuals.
Ah, right. Okay. I tell you what, I'm going to Google that. Have a look.
But still, it was, with a picture and with a thumbprint on the front of it. Got in the car, and I had my pictures with me, and I said, here, would you like to see the photographs? Because I was impressed with the photographs as far as, here's something that shows I'm not hallucinating.
Right.
What do you think it is? He brushed them aside and said, we'll look at those later. Tell me about your experience. I told him. I told him about the earthquakes. I told him about seeing the object. Told him about the photograph in it. Told him about all the people I've found it who have seen it. The strange things affiliated with it. The reaction to the military.
That's the word. Royalties. You're mute. Your mic is mute.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry. So it's saying here the book was privately published by Rendell C. Stevens, who you see in the documentary right there. Copyrighted, held solely by Stevens in 1981. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he would have. This is what the Warrens do. That's how I learned what goes on. They go over like they did it with Amityville, because the second guy who had the house, where the movie's based upon, the Warrens basically bought the story off of them and turned it into a book, but they bought the story. So when it went into the movie, because they based the movie off the book, Warren's got all the money.
Oh right, yeah, I gotcha, brother. I gotcha. Yeah. So so it's credited for Rendell C. Stevens in the book, and William J. Herrmann. Herman contributing his story, photographs, analysis, transcripts, and personal accounts. Right,
which he would have been paid for. He would have said, I don't know. Yeah, he would have given one-off fee, maybe 10 grand, maybe less.
To buy the rights off the story,
to have the story, and then if somebody comes along and wants to make a movie from the book,
it goes to
he will get
Stevens.
it all. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, we clarified that up. Okay, that's the one thing I didn't know, mate. All right.
Crap over the field and cross country road. He said, "Well, how we get there?" So we went there.
Yeah,
first we went to Beast Ferry, where the object hovered over the towers and moving in triangles. He took photographs. He took at least 40 pictures at each site. A whole row of 35mm film at each UFO site. Took one picture of me at the first site, and that's all the pictures he took of me.
With darkness setting in, the men headed back to the car.
And he asked me, he said, "Bill, let me tell you." He said, "What do you think about taking a polygraph test in relation to this?" And I'm sitting in his car, and my first thought was, wait a minute, you haven't even seen my pictures. Why do you want to know this? But I was afraid if I felt put on the spot. I was afraid if I said, no, I won't, then he'll just, he'll go to the press, and next thing I know, I'll be on the front page of the paper, big hoax,
All right, cheers, Moody.
Then I was afraid, well, if I said yes, it'll get twisted. I'll tell the truth, but they'll say I lied. And then it's their professional credentials against me. And I didn't know what to do. And being naive as I was, I said, okay, I'll do it. Now, I assumed at that moment in time, he meant 3 weeks from now, 2 months from now, a couple days from now. He said, okay, we'll go to the hotel and do it right now.
That sounded dodgy.
And we walked in the door, and I'd never been in the Mills house. And I was stunned by the beauty of the inside, the big chandelier and the beautiful furniture and the different adjoining rooms and the soft music playing in the background. And Mr. Olson, he looked at me, he said, "This is a nice place, isn't it?"
Come sit on my lap.
Now get that baby oil. He thought he was in a P. Diddy video. Pick up that baby all over there.
Let me buy your copyright off you.
You dropped the soap.
I didn't know where I was going. I was just following him. And my thought was, well, polygraph seems to me they got to have a certain place they got to operate it.
Hello to the 80 people in chat. Much appreciated. Hit that like and subscribe button. Come on, help the channel out. Be much appreciated. And welcome to Hidden Underbelly.
And I was assuming there's got to be somebody else with him, but I haven't met them yet, and I don't like this. I don't understand what's going on here. It seems like there's something not right here. But I wasn't going to blow the whole thing and walk out, say, no, I don't want to do this now. The elevator went to the 5th floor. We walked out of the elevator, walked up a little hallway in front of the elevator till we got to a big hallway. And we took a right, walked all the way down. It seemed like a long walk. And we turned right again, walked up another hallway till we got to the last room down the hall. And the thing I didn't like about that room was it was separate from the rest of the room. There was like a little box closet. I heard him tap on the door twice.
Yeah, they were waiting for you.
The knob turned. I walk in the room and there's 2 other people in there. And one of them introduced himself as, he kind of mumbled when he introduced himself. He said, "I'm Dr. Blah, blah, blah." He shook my hand. The other fellow says, "No, I'm so-and-so with the Riderwood, Maryland Polygraph Association," or something like that. He said, well, sit over here. And there was looked like a flat machine, looked like a briefcase almost. And when you open it up, there was like a polygraph, the polygraph machine itself. Now, there was all kinds of little wires running out of it. He did not ask me to sign anything, which I felt, not that I wanted to sign anything, but something in writing to protect my rights, you know. But even when that thought crossed my mind, I dismissed it, which I was manifesting naiveness. I wasn't scared as much as I was, I don't like this. You didn't even tell me there were 2 other people here, you know. And I was wondering what was going on. But if this is the way they operate, well, maybe I'll just better go along with the tide. But when the doctor, the guy who identified himself as a doctor, walked over to the bed, picked up a black doctor's bag, and pulled out a hypodermic needle in a little syringe, put them together, and then reached in the bag and pulled out, looked like a greenish liquid. Put it into the needle.
Hey,
Hi,
Tony.
Tony. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, thanks for popping in last time for the Cuxburg incident. Yeah, but yeah, hope you're doing well, and welcome into the show.
This is going to relax you. Now, I was scared. And I wasn't afraid I was going to die. I just didn't know what he was going to put in me. And I started, my voice quivered, and I asked him, are you sure that won't hurt me? He said, no, Bill, this isn't going to hurt you. And I rolled up my sleeve, and he punched me right here. And
do you think it's a bit, like Rebecca's saying, a bit too scripted at this point? Do you think it's gone a bit too far? What do you reckon, Hayden?
I think, to be honest, when you keep on telling a story over and over and over again, eventually it does sound like a script.
Yeah, I guess
So-
so.
I'll just let's hear more.
Okay.
I saw it go in me, and I sat there a minute, waited for me to die, and I didn't die. And I sat there, and I felt very, very relaxed. Very relaxed. And he started asking me questions. Did you see a UFO? And I said, yes, I did. And the doctor, the polygraph guy marked something. He asked me another question. When you saw the disc, did it change color? And I said, no, it didn't, because it didn't. And he marked it, and it seemed like his hand moved slower that time. I didn't realize it, but I was getting sluggish. I was getting more relaxed. I didn't realize it. And he asked me the
Okay,
third time,
got it.
and it wasn't like I was in a trance, but I was just totally relaxed.
Good point, Moody.
And then he asked me more
drugged him.
questions. He would rephrase questions.
That was the
Asked
hit.
Same question rephrased. But this went on for, oh goodness, seemed like an hour and a half, until finally he said, "That's fine." And he put down his thing, set it down.
Well, you reckon he got hit with a
Okay, I'm
dose of
looking.
sodium pentothal?
True, sir.
And I was drained of energy. I mean, I was literally, oh man, I was tired. He said, well, go in the bathroom and wipe your face off. Put some water on your face and relax. It's
Wipe
over,
off
don't
that
worry.
baby oil.
And I was in there and I did that, and they conferred for a moment. I didn't hear what they said. You could hear them mumbling each other, and I didn't hear what they said. But because I had the door half shut. But the minute I came out, they all walked away from each other. Tom Olson said, okay, Bill, I bet you're starved. And I remember saying something about, not really, I'm more tired. So we left the room. Went downstairs, got in the car. Says, you sure? I'll be glad to take you anywhere. I hear they got good she crab soup at Trawler. And I said, no, Tom, I'm about to drop. I'm tired. Take me home. He said, okay. He said, listen. He said, you'll be hearing from us for the results of the polygraph examination. He said, either way, you're going to hear from us by at least Wednesday.
The thing is, I don't understand why they need to inject him and drug him to do a polygraph test. You need to be in a
It would give
conscious
false
state.
It'd give false readings.
Exactly, yeah. This is what I mean. It's like I kind of like people say in chat now. Is like I understand. I mean, personally, it sounded quite believable. First of all, when he was given his initial stories and accounts of this flying saucer with the photographs, but then it gets to this, and it kind of goes out of the window a little bit. It's like you wouldn't put a drug-induced coma or something like that, or a drug-induced state, I should say. To do a polygraph test, you need to be in a conscious state.
That's one angle, but to me, it makes perfect sense because if you want to discredit him on a polygraph, you're going to give him a drug that will give a false reading.
If we're going for that scenario, that the fact there was some sort of intelligence in, operating at that time,
That's the first thing I thought. You give him sodium pentothal, you're going to get false reading on a polygraph. In fact, you might not even get a reading because he's so relaxed, like he said. So it'd be interesting to hear his results.
But the thing is, how close was it to the actual photographs he's taken? Did he actually come forward into the press, or this is what I mean? Is like, why was he a target all of a sudden?
Because he went to the military. Ain't you been listening?
No, sorry, I was looking at chat. Okay, fair enough.
He went to the military. They told him to hand over the photos, hand over the negatives. He said, "No way am I going to do that. I'll give you one photo." Then he went back to the guy that had the one photo, and the guy told him it's an airplane. And then he said, then he pulled out his photo, and he said, "Well, look, I zoomed in on this. How the hell's it an airplane?" And then the guy told him, "Listen, the best thing for you to do is to forget what you saw."
Okay. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
So there are people in here that want him. I can see that. I can see that because you can't even smoke a joint and take a polygraph test because you're going to get a false reading.
Yeah.
There's certain medication, like people that are on antipsychotic medications, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but like your schizophrenia medicines and all that, they can't take polygraphs because it will give them a false reading. Yeah, and at that, polygraphs is what? It's not even accurate. That's why they can't use it in court. It's a good indication that somebody might be dishonest, but it cannot be used in court because of the accuracy is not. I think it's something like 65% accurate.
And who took a polygraph test and actually passed it? The Green River Killer, Gary Ridgway, who killed 53 prostitutes. And John Wayne Gacy as well, passed it, apparently.
Drove home, and we hardly said 2 words on the way because I was tired. I didn't even feel like asking anything.
I see your point, Hidden. I see your point.
We pulled into the yard, and the minute I opened the door, the cold air hit me. And I was, cool air hit me, and I was, refreshed for a moment. I said, "Tell me something, Tommy." I said, "Where do you think this thing is from? I mean, it's military, ain't it?" He said, "Who's military?" And I said, Our military. And he said, "I wouldn't bet on it." And the way he said that, I'll never forget it.
One week later, Bill received a memo from Tom Olson asking him to fill out a questionnaire and send copies of his photos to the office in Riderwood, Maryland. Shortly thereafter, a mailgram arrived from Tom Olson. The message thanked Bill for sending the material. It was friendly, but contained a disturbing reference, which read, "I did not visit you. It was someone else, and I have no idea who. Signed, Thomas M. Olson, President, UFO Information Retrieval Center, Riderwood, Maryland."
It's the Men in Black.
Right, Moody, I'm doing the thing that you just said. You said put a minus between, from the T and the U. T and the U minus. Is that right? No, didn't work. Okay, fair enough. Go back. Okay. There we go.
But contained a disturbing reference, which read, "I did not visit you. It was someone else, and I have no idea who. Signed, Thomas M. Olson."
Swears up and down he never seen me, and I believe him. I believe him with all my heart that this is not the same Tom Olson who lives in Riderwood, Maryland, and is a UFO information retrieval. Now, see, this guy didn't identify himself as...
Sorry, it was the equal sign I put in, not the minus sign. My bad, sorry.
Don't worry about
UFO Information Retrieval Center. He just is a member. The real Tom Olson is the president of the UFO Information Retrieval Center.
Right. I haven't seen him before.
Okay, see? And that's...
And then, you've never seen that...
The fake, yes, I saw him one time after that when I worked at J.C. Penney's. It was late at night, about 9:30, and I was dumping the trash out and cleaning up where I worked at JCPenney Auto Center in Charlestown Square Mall. And I opened the back doors.
In the meantime, he would call in
Oh,
Junichi
no, hold on,
Aoi,
wait a minute, wait a minute.
a seasoned UFO investigator with the
Done it.
Nippon Retrieval Center.
With all my heart, that this is not the same Tom Olson who lives in Riderwood, Maryland, and is a UFO information retrieval. Now, see, this guy didn't identify himself as president of the UFO Information Retrieval Center. He just is a member. The real Tom Olson is the president of the UFO Information Retrieval Center.
Right. I haven't seen him before.
Okay,
Done
see?
it.
And that's...
And
you
then, you've never seen that,
the fake,
Tom Olson
yes,
again?
I saw him one time after that when I worked at JCPenney's. It was late at night, about 9:30, and I was dumping the trash out and cleaning up where I worked at JCPenney Auto Center in Charlestown Square Mall. And I opened the back doors, and here's this car sitting back there.
Oh.
When I walked out of the door, the car just swings around, pulls up to the back, says, "Hello again." And I looked in the car, and there's this guy, Tom Olson. Now, I had knew that he was a fake. The first thing I did is I said, "Now, who are you? Why are you masquerading as someone else?" And he looked at me like, just brushed it off and said, "It's for your own protection. You should know that." Or something to that effect. Oh. He said, you should be careful what you say and how deeply you get involved in these things. He just told me about being careful who I talk to. It's for my own good. It's for your own safety. We're watching. We're aware of everything and all this. And I told him to get out of there. I said, "I'm going to go call the cops." He kind of laughed. And I started to walk and get his license plate number in the back of the car.
Oh, you Americans got such amazing classic cars. I'm so jealous.
I started walking toward him. The car backed up. I walked in the car, just backed up all the way and took off into the traffic. He got away so quick I couldn't even see the back of the license number. I couldn't even get no numbers or letters or anything.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
you
when I
should have
started to
played
walk
him,
behind
man.
his car to get his license number, that's when he took off.
I'd have played him.
I haven't never seen him face to face yet.
Wow. And what do you think?
I think he's either CIA or the. I think he's part of some conglomerate that looks into
MIB.
these things for the government, off the record, and does it solely to either confuse everyone really involved in it, or to discredit any people who come into contact with UFOs. I believe that. I think that's his whole purpose, isn't it? It's to
Not only
get
had
me
Bill and his
frustrated.
family been
Get
targeted,
me so
but
frustrated.
harassment was now being focused on the investigative
Instead of
team.
promoting
True
the
drumstick, yeah.
truth and the fact.
Won't fit.
After we spent a whole afternoon and an evening interviewing like we did here this evening, and everybody had gone home, and
Ready
went
to
to
see
bed
Stevens.
about
That's it.
12 o'clock. It was pretty late at midnight, and I was just getting to sleep. At 12:15, the telephone rang twice, and it didn't ring again. So I picked up the phone, and nobody on it, and I thought, well, somebody dialed wrong. So I went back to sleep, and it rang again twice, and I woke up or was sleeping light enough. I heard both rings, and I thought, well, somebody is trying to call. I picked up the phone, and nobody on there.
Say hello to Extra DC. 70s, 80s, and 90s were awesome. Yes, mate. I'm a 90s kid, so I would agree with you on that aspect. Yeah, that's Rendell C. Stevens, guys. All right,
But the line wasn't closed.
the guy who bought the copyright and made the book.
The line was open. I could hear that, but nobody talking, nobody breathing, anything. So I hung it back up, and I dialed the desk downstairs, and I said, "Did you call me?" And he said, "No." I said, "Did any calls come in for me?" He says, "No, there hasn't been any calls on the switchboard." It's 1:15. So I hung it back up, and I thought, well, that's strange. And at 2:15, I got another 2-ring call. And I picked up the phone. I says, "Who is this?" Nothing. The line is open. Nothing. So I called down to the desk again, and I said,
Probably one of your
"Is there
buddies
any
ordering a
way that my
pizza.
phone can be rung?" And he says, "Not unless it comes through this switchboard." I said, "Has anybody called?" He said, no calls have come in." So I hung that up, and I called John Fielding across the hall in his room, and I said, "John, something funny is happening 3 times now at 15 minutes past the hour. I've got a 2-ring telephone call, and nobody on the line, and the desk says it didn't come through the desk." He says, "God, that's strange." He said, "I've been getting them too." He said, "I got one at 12:15 and 1:15 and just a couple of minutes ago." And it went on at 3:15 and 4:15 and 5:15, the same thing. Both of us got it. I don't know who it was. I don't know what they were trying to call.
The only one possibility is that somebody who were staying in the hotel.
Somebody
tried to-
staying in the hotel can ring the room number without going through the switch. Well, it goes through the switchboard, but it doesn't light it up.
Could have been
Yeah.
somebody picked up a phone,
Yeah.
you know, hallway or
Another
I
room.
know-
Somebody in
I know
another room
that.
could dial
Yeah.
my room and let it ring twice, but it would have to be deliberate now.
Mhm.
It would first it could be accidental, but it's not accidental if you get it 2 rings each time.
Mhm.
And it happens 5 times during the night at exactly 15 minutes past the hour, and there's nobody on the line.
Mhm.
There's too many things there that it can't be coincidental anymore. It can't be accidental.
Right.
And for 2 different rooms across the hall, only one.
I just
where they're being
imagine the men in black just trolling you.
That the kind of
much.
word.
We're gonna ring him
I mean,
every
I don't know
every
what it
15 minutes on the hour.
I was talking with Harry Levelson over the phone, long distance, in New York.
But then
I believe
again,
he was at
it's a form of
Omni's
psychological
offices at
warfare.
that time.
Yeah.
So
This is it. Is either to like discredit the man. I mean, a lot of people say in chat that this guy's probably making it up. To be honest with you, I mean, bear in mind, Randall C. Stevens did promote the Billy Meyer case, and we all know our thoughts on that one. Do you know what I mean?
Or I don't know if he was at his home residence, but anyway, in the course of our conversation, there was this noise. I'm going to duplicate it this way, and the phone itself in our conversation didn't start the minute we started talking. Started when we started talking about the UFO. It was like
you got your room bugged.
just noise, just a click, 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 clack, click,
Sounds
clack,
like
click,
it.
clack, click, click. You know, Harry says, "What is that?" And I says, "I don't know what it is." And he says, "Well, listen." And so we listened some more. And finally he says, "You know, I know what it is. Somebody listening in on us, and now they're disturbing us." And we talked in spite of it, and it still kept on going until it finally just stopped, and we were talking. So I don't know what it was.
Here's another strange thing. Harry Levelson came down to visit Bill, and he made plans to come down with his girlfriend, telling nobody in the office where he was going on a weekend, and arriving quietly and unannounced. They arrived in Charleston, checked into the motel, and 15 minutes later got a telephone call from a lady who said she worked for a television station, wanted to interview Levelson on his visit to Charleston.
Who do you think they are, Wendell?
This is not the first case that we have investigators alleging that they are somebody else, false identification. It comes up quite frequently. I have got to believe anybody that is that well equipped and has that many apparently valid identification cards is coming from an agency, a covert agency that is able to do all of these things and adequately financed. And I can only think of one that comes to mind right away, and that would be an intelligence organization. And the only intelligence organizations we have here are government.
Hate to say it. I agree
Bill
with you,
agreed to
Nance.
undergo hypnotic regression to fill in 4 hours of missing time. Hopefully this would answer his haunting questions. Who are they? What are they? Where are they from? It would take almost 4 minutes to get him under. The session had formed a bridge from illusion back to reality, allowing Junichi to probe for more information. He asked Bill what had frightened him the most.
I can recall.
To you.
Scary thing?
Scary
Most frightening
thing,
thing? I guess was the disorientation when I was released. You know, trying to comprehend where I am. I don't understand why they released me there. Why didn't they release me where I was picked up?
A concern of Junichi's was how would Bill cope with the reality of the experience.
I can't deal with this for the rest of my life. I don't know what to it's in a way it's strengthened my marriage, in a way it's torn my marriage apart. In a way it's gotten to the point where it's not so much an obsession with me as it is a preoccupation. And if I saw the object again, I'm naturally going to be inquisitive, but I don't know what to
You don't know what they think.
right. And I I don't know what's, it seems like with all this information and all this in relation, it seems that, I don't want to get into a position where there's positive deception on their part towards me. I don't want to be used as some leverage.
There would be more sessions, and more answers to troubling questions. Beginning with, why did the objects perform triangular flight patterns?
The reason why they are moving.
The reason, yeah, I thought I got over that, is the reason that they fly in these triangles or they perform these erratic movements is because radar can lock on them.
How does he know that though?
He'll
This is
probably
it.
tell you. He'll probably tell you.
What? How the flying saucer flew? Do you know what I mean? It's like
He said that at the beginning. He watched it flying this triangle pattern.
yeah, but the excuse he's saying now because they want to avoid radar. Did the extraterrestrials actually told him that? Do you know what I mean? It's like where is he getting that information from?
Well, maybe he will tell you. You cut him off in mid-sentence.
I did, but yeah, but hold on, right? Okay, fair enough.
Interferes with their propulsion somehow. I don't know the mechanics of it.
So
That would explain in one small area why radar doesn't lock on these things, because of their movements. They come up the river and they're flying level, and then they just crease up. And the higher they get, the more starting this thing they do. But they seem inside the object to be able to stabilize everything inside so it doesn't tear itself apart like a jet would if it started doing these acrobatics.
Ah, see, he didn't get a proper explanation from it. That's just a theory, basically. You know, I just blaming it on radar.
Junichi asked if any of the objects had crashed due to radar lock-on.
I believe this is back
Roswell.
in the 60s or 50s. That radar had interfered with the propulsion of one of their network vehicles, and that the object itself had to make a what he termed an impact landing or a crash landing. Literally, they lost one of their objects, and not just the object, but the occupants on board were lost as well. He said governmental authorities and got the crash itself.
I called it. He's on
As a
about
result
Roswell.
of that crash, they tried to make contact with the government, open contact,
Yeah, but that's the oldest excuse in the book, mate. It was all to do with radar.
but it was suppressed.
That was the old. That's the oldest theory
It was
on Roswell.
maintained suppressed.
Yeah.
by whom?
To the I don't know, but the way he said Earth governmental powers, and that it was maintained suppressed, and they're just in the future when the threat of abuse can be removed, then they'll try it again.
When will it be?
I don't know. I do know that they said that the objects would be continuing to be sighted. Sightings would increase. People would observe them in action, and that this was going on. It was going to keep going on. They have gone the route of selecting different people in the populace.
These ain't his pictures, are they?
To them, I guess, and
I don't know. That's his picture. We didn't see those pictures. Those two ones.
and trying to establish awareness of their presence by doing that.
How did they contact you?
Junichi asked Bill, why was he contacted?
It seems to be that they start out, just normal sightings. And if the person indicates a willingness of some sort, then they'll return. They
Bit like psionic sort of thing, isn't it?
said they have means to notify those they wish to notify. They told me that the field where I was released, someone else had been released in that field. I've been searching for who that person could be.
Oh,
I don't know.
The investigation would wind down, even though Bill continued to search for clues into his past.
Herman the Tosser, nice to see you, man. Long time no see. Good evening to you.
After I recall what happened the first time in March, I was told by the occupants that they consist of a network of these objects that are operating around the world presently in the continental Western Hemisphere, is the way they worded it. And they're from a cluster of stars 32 light years away, area in what we call reticuli, galaxy Zeta Reticulum.
Herman the Tosser, is your avatar the guy from the TV children's program back in the 90s? Is it? Oh God, Zap? The character from Zap? It looks very familiar. I might be wrong.
And that they were stellar astronomers. or that was their whole civilization. That's what they were geared to.
Yes,
Stellar
Sap.
astronomy and
Got it.
life and study of life
Thought it
all
was.
across galaxies. And that they're a network.
Yeah, dude, I was actually watching like a little program about that because I used to watch that when I was a kid. I'm a 90s kid. I remember that. Yeah. Oh, you got the name there. Ah, right. That makes sense. Yeah. Thought it was, brother. Yeah, looked familiar.
Sent here to initiate what they call direct observances, and they conduct inter-atmospheric flight and direct observance of people. And what they do is they examine, they see the
Nice one, man.
geographical spectrum. They examine the experiments that they conduct in what he called reverse osmosis and hydrodynamics. They conduct a lot of experiments over water.
Yeah, it was a
They
good show.
conduct
Remember that.
experiments
Yeah.
in aeronomy and geodesy. See, these were things that came out after I was went through. Dr. Harder helped me a great deal by breaking that block. That it was like I couldn't remember. No matter what I tried, I couldn't remember. So when I did remember, it was just like a water pipe was busted.
Sorry, Rebecca, that your word Henry Enfield got redacted from YouTube. I don't know why. That wasn't us. Trust me on that one.
And the water just kept turning over, turn up.
In the meantime,
Oh, that's it. That's it,
Yeah.
Eden, for that one. Ah, okay. Well, there's a bit more in another documentary if you wanna go back and have a little look. But I tell you what do you think so
I
far,
haven't
brother?
seen him before.
What do you think so
see?
far?
And that's
Yeah.
Your overall perspective, what we've seen in here.
Well, I think if he's grifting, he's doing it good because he's claiming that they're coming from this place that also I believed Betty and Barney Hill said. They said the same place, drew the same star system.
Yeah.
And what was really good about their case is that they had no idea.
He and his wife were at home.
Sorry. He hasn't really described the creatures, so to speak. This is it. Would you like to just...
I think that'll be coming in it.
Yeah, do you want to just go through this one? Oh, you removed it, Rebecca. I don't know why, darling. It's all good. Harry Enfield. Harry Enfield's actually doing live shows in near me, and apparently all sold out. Would love to go, but yeah, Zap, man. Oh, that was a good show back in the 90s. I used to love that show. 90s were the best, honestly. Right, anyway, let's Colonel Rendell Stevens, researcher, and yeah.
After supper one time when a neighbor lady came to the door to borrow a cup of sugar. And as his wife looked out over the neighbor lady's head, she saw the pinkish orange light, which she recognizes now too. She's seen it enough times, she knows what it is. It's Bill's friend. So he says, Bill, your friend is out here. And he came and looked. He says, by golly, it is. He said, I think I'll get my jacket and go out and take a better look at it. It was flying what they have now recognized as a peculiar triangular pattern along the power lines that run down the Ashley River there. And so he got his jacket on and binoculars, put them around his neck, and walked out the door in his little trailer park where his trailer home was parked, and across a shallow, nearly dry, damp ditch and up onto a railroad track that ran about 10 or 15 feet above the level of the trailer park. He got up on the track and started walking down the track, watching it, flying these triangular patterns over the power lines ahead of him, probably 2 or 3 miles away, which is not in the air, that's not very far.
With a smart meter getting cheaper.
Right, that's it. Now I know how to do it. Sorry, guys.
He and his wife were at home.
I'm just going to go here.
He had his binoculars out, looking at the object when it dropped out of the binoculars. It dropped like a stone. And he lowered the binoculars to see where it crashed, and he saw it just over the water of the Ashley River at water level, and he thought, oh my God, it's crashed right into the river. When at that point it approached, it filled the sky like that. And it came so fast and so big and so close, he shied back like that and caught his foot on the rail of the railroad track and began to fall. And he put his hands out to see what, there's a jagged rocks down there. You can get skinned up pretty good to see what he was falling on. And he noticed he was not falling. He was rising away from the rocks. And
the reeds, tall grass was blowing away from him in waves. And he looked back, and he's above the railroad track, and he's going up in a blue beam of light.
I was about like this, just looking at it, and then I just fell backward like this. Yeah. And at this point, I stopped falling. Oh, that's what I couldn't understand, because I like this, and then the light was all the way around me, and I went to push my hand through, and I couldn't. You know, I couldn't move. Yeah, right at this spot. Right at this spot. Because the object filled the area from that bush to that bush. It just filled the area. The light came from looked like it came from the edge. It didn't come, at first I thought it came from the bottom. But after the hypnosis and after the recall, I realized that it didn't come so much from the bottom as it did from the edge of the object. You know, the rim, around the rim.
He said that the light felt like a low voltage electrical current, just like that, a cyclic tugging up the beam of light until, and he looked up, and it looked like it went into a cloud. The beam was so coherent, he put his arm out, and the arm went out of the beam, and he could pull it back in. It's in the beam again, but it didn't touch anything going through. And he rose up, and when he got to the end of the cloud, he passed out and woke up on an examining table. And that's the time in between. He didn't remember anything. Of course, when he first came back, he didn't remember a whole lot of that either. That took time to develop the details by stressing his memory to get it.
Oh, Bob Lazar, I had a client called Sticky Vicky. She had like a big cottage house. She used to go out for tennis and come back. She used to be like all like sweaty and all that. I used to call her Sticky Vicky.
First thing I remember looking at was this bar of lights flashing slowly above my head. Now this is what the bar of lights look like. Laying on a table, your head is up here, and you're looking up. You see blue, green, red, blue, green.
So they got traffic lights in these flying saucers. Right, got it. Okay.
Green, blue, red, green, blue. You know, back and forth. Flash, 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 flash. And it was doing this. And the slower this went, the more conscious I became. The more able to wake up and look around me. What I saw when I woke up, it's hard to really sometimes grasp, but
think there, Bill, come on.
It was like, I thought in my mind there were doctors, or I'd been hurt. I was falling when I remembered the train tracks. I didn't remember the object as much as I remembered falling with the train tracks. And I remember falling, and I thought, oh, I must have broken.
It's very descriptive, isn't it? We didn't see that hidden in the first footage that we saw in regards of his.
It looks like it's cut.
It did, yeah, true. It did cut off, yeah.
Broken my back. Somebody must have found me, and I'm in a hospital. You know, and all these thoughts are racing through my head until the three people that were standing there turned and looked at me. And I had noticed that before they had turned, they were looking at this bar of lights flashing on the ceiling, and they were looking at a box that seemed to be off to the side at my feet. And the box was connected to the bed. You could tell it was connected by wires to the bed I was laying on, or the table, or whatever it was. And when they turned and looked at me, it was like all kinds of emotions just surged to the surface at once. Now this is a sketch of what I believe I saw standing next to my bed, or a table, or whatever you want to call it. 4.5 feet tall, with a red garment, looked like a pullover jumpsuit, not pajamas, more military looking. And the eyes were spaced apart like ovals with circles inside, dark circles. And the occupant, when they told me to get up, and it was okay, I heard the voice, but I did not see the lips move. I heard it as clear as you hear my voice. You heard it in English? In English. It was in English. Yeah. Perfect English, not accented, not deep, not high, just English. I felt afraid because I didn't know what was going on. I felt like this is totally foreign to everything I believe. What is going on here? Why am I here? What is this? All these thoughts going through my head, and all he could say was, "Don't be afraid." You know, it's like all my emotions and fears were just tossed aside by the comforting assurance of what he said to me. Just, don't be afraid, have no fear, or something to that effect. Come, the time is limited, or something about like that. The object itself is like a round pancake shape with a dome on top and a dome on the bottom.
Right.
But it looked sealed in metal. In other words, you didn't see no windows or no holes or nothing. It moved in a circle above, I'd say about 800 to 1,000, maybe 1,500 feet above the ground. And it moved in not as obvious triangles, but kind of in a flowing, graceful, dynamical fashion. I mean, just sliding across the sky, you know. Not doing anything that would give it an impression that it would lose control. In spite of its erratic behavior, you could tell it was in total control of itself. I mean, there was just, it was the most one of the most beautiful displays of aerodynamics I've ever seen, as far as being involved in this subject.
So you tried to take a picture?
I tried. The first shot, I believe the first shot I took came out empty sky. It was moving so fast. I mean, it would go up like this and come back like this. Come around like that. And just watching it was, you know, it was hard. Because when it would go that way, I'd run across the field and I'm trying to get it in the viewfinder. And I took about 4 or 5 shots like that. And I believe 2 or 3 of them came out. And 2 came out empty sky.
They took him to a control panel and sat him down in one of the seats. His escort, who is speaking to him in his language, he hears it in his language, he hears it in his ears, just like surround sound. And he tells him, look, and they pointed to the screen, and another ship just like the one they were in joined them. And then the 2 ships went rapidly again south over continents, or over countries and continents, topography, geography changing, just like it's unrolling rapidly, and they approached ground again, the surface, down over Argentina. They took him again to an underwater facility in the Rio Sal, which runs out of a big freshwater lake.
Yeah, good point, Moody. That's what I was trying to get across with that first photograph. So the clouds were in focus, but the craft was not, hinting at the object was very close to the camera. Yeah, I understand, mate.
A big lake in northern Argentina, and the river runs through Santa Fe, a little town, not such a little town, big town of Santa Fe, and his escort standing beside him. Now the escort's not buckled into anything; he's just standing there, and Herman is sitting in a seat, but he's not fastened in either, and the craft he's in tilts down at an angle and goes into the water, and goes under the water, and there's no inertial change to him. He feels no inertial changes, and his partner's still standing there beside him. And the partner touches him on the shoulder and says, "We were observed over Santa Fe. There'll be reports in the paper tomorrow about UFOs." And they went to the underwater facility, and they're being explained to him that they installed this facility to carry out certain hydrodynamic tests in our water because our water was different from their water.
On the way back, they showed me the reactions of people observing their craft. And he said, "Walk over here." And I walked up to looked like a cross between an open window and a television set. It looked like a TV in that it was like this, but it looked like an open window that I could just stick my hand through it, is what it looked like. And I looked through the monitor, and you could see there was a road, there was trees on both sides of the road, and it looked like an orange grove or some kind of big field. And there was a road running adjacent to it. And there was 2 cars pulled over. One was a Pinto station wagon, a Ford Pinto station wagon, and the other one was a Buick Electra. And there was a lady in the Pinto, and there was a man in the Buick. And the lady was standing outside the passenger door looking up like this. And the man was just standing there like this. And I'm standing inside this object looking at that, and it was like it zoomed up on the people. And he says, "Now watch what happens." The one that was next to me, he said, "Watch what happens when we move closer." The minute he said that, you saw the girl. It seemed illogical, but you could tell it was out of fear. She ran around the front of her car, jumped in the passenger side, reached over there and locked her door. The man standing up, he just calmly, looked like he was trying to keep his cool, just sat down and got in the car and locked the door. Now, he says, "Now watch her. She's going to hold the lockdown." And the only indication of any hostility was what he said next when he says, "A foolish gesture if we..."
Yes, he's still alive, Herman. Yeah, yeah, and good point, Moody. Like a science fiction sort of 1950s TV set. Yeah, for sure.
I have to say, since you brought up Moody, what he said about the photograph, yeah. Now, when the guy was giving his account, he said that object was so close to him he could have thrown a stone at him. So yes, the object was closer to the camera than the clouds.
Yeah, but if you can chuck a stone at it, and it's from the photographs that we've seen, it seems a little bit too far fetched. That would have been so close up, in my opinion.
I just listen to what they say.
Yeah, fair enough. That's the book. Yeah, UFO contact from Reticulum. I thought I said rectum then. But yeah, that book is worth £250. Can you believe it? Plus £35 postage and package because it's from America, which I'm going to get, by the way.
After the examination, and they're escorting around the ship, as they're starting to walk through the ship, his host, his guide, said that they would like him. He said, I wonder if you could make some arrangement with your government to release a damaged vehicle and one of our damaged ships and the bodies of our people. And he said, oh, I don't have any connections like that. There's nothing I can do for you there. I don't know anybody. I don't have any. I'm a nobody. There's no way I can help you. He said, why don't you do it yourself? And the alien said, we have tried. They said, we sent an emissary to try to negotiate a release. They tried to capture the emissary. He successfully escaped, got in his ship, and took off. They tried to shoot the ship down. He said, they're too hostile. We can't deal with them. We're looking for another way. And he said, well, how did they crash anyway? And they told him that they were lost in the western part of your land, they said in quotes, and that the first one they lost was a big surprise to them. And then they noticed that there was a beam, an energy beam being transmitted in the area there, and they thought that it was a new weapon that we had used against them. And when they lost the second one, they became very concerned because they think we're shooting them down, and they had even gone to the trouble of contacting other associated space traveling intelligences to consult with them on the nature retaliation should take for our hostile actions. And while they were doing this, they noticed that the beam continued to operate, that the weapon continued to fire and was running in a circle for, when it was running. And it wasn't aimed at anybody, and they decided that it was not a weapon, it wasn't what they thought it was. They calculated, though, that the ships went out of control when that beam locked on the ship, on the craft, and stayed on for 90 seconds or more. The computer control system would burn out and go into automatic emergency landing mode. And they didn't have any control of it at all. And they devised a shielding, a form of shielding.
That is me first thing in the morning.
And changed their flight pattern to this sharp angular change in direction that Herman was reporting, so that the radar could not lock on and stay on for 90 seconds or more. It couldn't stay on for more than 2 or 3 seconds.
There we go. Hidden. Me old cock and balls. What do you reckon? Story-wise. Bang now. What do you reckon?
It started out good. I just don't know about the end bit now. I mean, to me, I know he's referring to Roswell.
When Jimmy's...
Sorry. Yeah, I think that's everything for witnesses and all that. So yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it started out good, didn't it? When he was giving his accounts where he's over the train tracks and he's showing the photographs. Oh my god, I've got so much pussy hair on my face. Oh my god, sorry. Oh my god. But to be honest, it got a bit too far-fetched. It was, you think about it, right? He took that first photograph in 1978, and then the second photograph, well, series of photographs in 1980. So he had at least 2 years, if we're going by that this is fake, that he made up the story, because...
Home in the skills.
Yeah, the thing is, mate, when you look at, like, Billy Meyer... George Zamsky, there were precursors after that as well that came forward as contactees. They give off these far-fetched stories of My cat is shedding his hair. It's terrible. Far-fetched stories, to be honest with you, Hidden. It started out good, but then it got a bit too goofy. Do you know what I mean? I kind of remain open-minded, but looking at the backtrack record of these...
See, I would like to speak to him. That's all. I personally would like to speak to him. That's the only way I think you can weigh him out, because there's a lot of things he did say that I liked. You know, and I there's a couple of things that have the ships become more sophisticated, because our radar system is worldwide. We got radars from satellites. So wouldn't that affect any object that would come in the sky unless they've redesigned their ship?
I would have thought so. Yeah.
To do that, I do believe what he's saying about. I mean, metaphorically, what he's saying about our governments being hostile to him. I could see that. You know, shoot first and let's look at the body, and then we know what we're dealing with.
Mm.
But you know, I think I might try and hunt him down, see if we can get him on the show.
I am looking through YouTube at the moment.
So
the thing is that other people that is called Bill Herman as well. So if you want to go,
I'll hunt him
down,
down,
mate.
I'll hunt him.
I'm just looking through. It's just old interviews of him, brother, at the moment.
Yeah, that's what you would get on YouTube. He'd be somewhere else. I'll hunt him.
Let's put it.
But anyway,
I'll put it in Google. Hold on, I'm able to find something on there. Interview, because the thing is, you know, a lot of these interviews are back from the past.
Yeah, I personally want to speak to him, because all it's going to be is the same regression. I mean, I think the lie detector test that they did on him, I think that's credible. I get that. The fact that he's turned around and said the person who was representing himself as the information retrieval program wasn't the real dude.
Sure. Yeah.
I get that. I get, because he's already established that he's a good man. He's a Christian man. He goes to church, so he wouldn't have the mindset like that I would have. Because if I knew I was getting played by somebody, I'd play along with them until I got them into a nice, safe place where they can't get away. And then that's when I would drop it. I know you ain't who you are. So who are you? Do you want some of that sodium pentothal you gave me?
Yeah, I'm looking through Google right now, and normally it's pretty good at picking up interviews or rare videos or unknown videos. So far, nothing, brother. I can't say anything. But man, if you want to sort of reach out to him, go for it.
I'll see if I can find him.
Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. But yeah, that was Bill Herman. Do you want to come up, darling? Once again, what are you gonna do?
So what do you guys think? I know most of you thought it was fake from the beginning, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, pictures can be faked.
Oh yeah, look, we got backtrack record of faking stuff. You know what I mean?
But I like the pictures. I like the pictures because he's got them turning on an angle. His whole story seems very credible.
But you got to think the person involved.
I'd have him tell me his story. Yeah, but that guy's a leech. He's a leech just like the Warrens. And I don't mean no disrespect to the Warrens, but when it came to making money, they leeched. Right? So he's just a leech. So again, remember what we were saying about Jaime Mossad? You're looking at the messenger. You're looking at the messenger, not the message. Now, we got to see the message. So I just rather say, okay, rather than taking that guy and say, look, he's this, he's that, he's a grifter. This young man that was speaking, or now he's not so young, he don't seem to be grifting. He's not doing the circuits. He's not got a book out. The other guy sitting next to him's got the book out.
But the thing is, you could look at, I mean, we've done an episode on this one, the Gulf Breeze sighting. Now, Ed Walters is gone. you know, he was pretty much big in the 80s. We've done an episode on this one. This was the it comes with the territory, mate. You know, if they got a lot of stigma behind their accounts, they probably just like buggered off after a while. Look, that's like that. Those photographs, remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So you got to think that maybe it's the same sort of scenario for this situation. That the fact that it's like, okay, we've done our job, we've got the book out, let's just leave it. It's just a scenario. That's what I'm putting out there. You know what I mean?
The problem is, would he want to do an interview at that age? You're right. 47 years ago, he's going to be an old boy. Yeah, and probably his memory. So I'm going to see if I can find him, because some, you know, nowadays when the old boys, they're still quite there if nothing's wrong with them. So I'm going to reach. I will reach out to him, and let's see if we can have him on. I'm not going to. You know me, guys. You know me. I just rather you tell your story, and then because we've already got the meat and potatoes of the story, we'll look for any variations in it.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Always willing to hear people's accounts, you know. And
you have to also have to put an account that time also makes you remember things again. Like, you know, you might forget something at that time, but you remember it. Like what Kaz said when we had Kaz on the show. And she said, you know, I remember this happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. But mate, I'll leave that to you, brother. You know, again, when it comes to contactees, I'm not gonna, you know, say it's all fake and gay. You know, I'm not that sort of person. I'm always willing to listen to the case, but it just seemed a bit too far-fetched as it sort of went down the line. Again, not rawing it out, but again, you got to think the person involved, what made him come forward and do these documentaries, who came forward in the first place to get the book deals. Because you think Rendell C. Stevens, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I got 6 books here in my collection, you know, and he's got I'm not even halfway through collecting his books at the moment. He's notoriously known for promoting fake sites. Like, I tell you what,
just like the Warrens, they're notoriously known for writing books about hauntings, and you know.
I mean, do you think aliens look like that?
Who knows?
Who knows, man? You know, it's interesting. That's a pretty good one, isn't it? I've got to look into that book.
We only got the accounts of what other people say they look like. We don't know what they look like. The alien could look like a cockroach for all we know. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the thing, Hidden. I showed a clip, like a 10-minute clip from it was like 1952, talking about contactees that's been into like spaceships. It's more to do with George Adamski. You know George Adamski? You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
But obviously they're humanoids, so they're from Venus basically, but they look like us. But there were no sort of extraterrestrials, grey aliens, which I'm referring to what Bill Herman's has been abducted by, you know, very much like the light behind you, brother, you know, that sort of typical alien grey, basically. The big eyes, the big head, you know, that sort of scenario didn't really appear in the 1950s. It's only until after Betty and Barney Hill where that concept of the grey alien really came into ufology.
And all through I'm going to say cinematic history, they've shifted, because they came from Venus, then they came from Mars, then they came from Rita Zelda, and then they came from somewhere else. Now they're coming from interdimensionals or extra dimensionals. The goalpost is always shifting, because nobody really knows what this phenomena is and where they are coming from.
Good point, mate. Yeah. The pop culture has changed over the years, especially since after the 90s, and especially where it is now in ufology.
I don't call it pop culture. I don't think they really knew. Because, see, as far as an abductee case, he's probably the best one I've heard so far.
Sure.
Because he's got the photographs. You know, even if it's fake, he's set it up good. He's set it up good.
What about Billy Meyer?
No, but Billy Myers a fake. You know he's a fake. Everyone knows he's a fake. From when he said that he time traveled and pulled the back of a book out and then said, "Here, this is what I took," and then they could trace it back to the book.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when you're known as a fraudster, you don't even put them on the table. Why? That just muddles up the waters again.
This is why he hasn't come forward since the 80s, when you think about it. Because
Maybe
he's
no.
been proven.
Maybe he has his reasons. I mean, again, I'm going to go back to a different topic. But let's say the guy who did the Amityville, he doesn't talk no more about it because he's pissed off at the Warrens because they made a shitload of money off of him, and maybe he's feeling the same way. You know, I'm sitting here trying to look after my family while this man here is doing things to people that he shouldn't be doing and making a boatload of money off of book sales and possibly movie deals.
Good point, mate. Yeah, because obviously they sold the copyright for it. So,
well,
yeah, you make a good point.
I mean, if they went directly to him and said, "Look, tell me your story," they could make a movie from him. I see, like Travis Walton is probably the smartest one going because, like, he actually wrote his own book. Didn't he? Isn't Fires in the Sky written by him?
Him and Whitney Strieber's oh my god, I forgot the bloody name now. The one with the alien. Is it Communion? Yeah, Communion. Self-published books. Same with David Icke. All self-published.
Well, they make their money.
Exactly, mate.
So they can't complain, and then they have a more invested interest to do the circuits. You know what I mean? Because you know what is he going to get by doing the circuits? He's just going to promote another guy's book.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
quite interesting when you take that aspect of money into the equation. It kind of twists and changes the story, doesn't it?
Of course it does. Of course it does. Remember, I don't know who said this quote, but I got it from my friend, Uncle Chopper. And Uncle Chopper said, "Never let the truth get in the way of a good yarn."
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, you've mentioned that a few times on the show. Yeah,
because that's the truth. That's the truth. Whenever you look at anything, it's like me and my missus. We always have a joke when we're watching these. We watch these horror movies, and they always put up based on a true story. And you're like, well, how much of this is actually true?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, like probably the truth is somebody got killed somewhere. That's why they can call it based on a true story.
Yeah, it's like with the horror movies and all that sort of stuff based on a true movie, and it's when you look into it, it's like, no, it's not. It's just there to sell, basically. You know, clickbait, so to speak. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Now, I have to admit, I know I picked Bill Herman because I haven't talked about Bill Herman because I haven't got his book yet, to be honest with you. But I thought it'd be a good point to do an episode on Hidden Underbelly to sort of really go through his accounts, the photographs, and you know the sort of stories leading up to his abductions. It's immensely fascinating, but I remain open-minded until we can get Bill on the show, which would be pretty cool, to be honest.
You can't just. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm always wary with alien abductions. These adoption stories.
It's a tricky one, mate, isn't it? We haven't really gone. I mean, we've done the Pascagoula incident. We could do Betty and Barney Hill, because that's a whole different like balls in the court in that one, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's.
See, I believe Betty and Barney Hill, because just for the simple fact that they were in a mixed race married at that time, they would have got stick. There would have been stick for that.
60s, isn't it? Is it 60s, isn't it? If I remember rightly on that one, yeah.
So it's to me, for them to come public about what happened to them,
yeah,
that was pretty ballsy for them. Pretty ballsy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, now it's no big thing, but back then that was a big thing. It's weird.
Tony put here, Tracy, is it Torum? Wrote Fire in the Sky based on Walton's experiences. Even Walton said Hollywood took poetic licenses. There was of course. That makes sense, actually, Tony. So, didn't Travis Walton actually get a check through his abductions?
I don't
Do you want
know.
to do Travis Walton for next one? I'm just trying to think. I'll tell you what, we'll think about it. We'll get in contact with that one, to be honest.
Can you give me 1 second?
You can, indeed, mate. So yeah, I mean, there's always an interesting one, guys. I mean, look, we haven't really done abduction cases because, yeah, they're quite like wacky stories, but nevertheless, I'm always willing to look into them. I mean, a lot of my books here are to do with, well, it's not a lot of them, but to do with abduction cases. I mean, let's have a look. Which one got here? I mean, this one that I showed you. UFO contact from the planet Igora. That's one of them. And you got another one here by Rendell Stevens as well. UFO. God, that bloody glare is terrible. Marsura, Marasul. And you actually see aliens with tits in this one, which is quite interesting. Did you hear what I say? No, you didn't. So again, it's all to do with abductions, and I think Rendell Stevens was pretty much jumping on the bandwagon on this one, to be honest with contactees. And he also did the Billy Meyer case as well, which we all know. I mean, I showed a video of the Billy Meyer case, and it was to do with the trees. The trees in different photographs were exactly the same, literally exactly the same. So you got to think the people involved, and especially when it comes to like Rendell Stevens, you must be like, oh, arm's length, especially if you're a kid. You know what I mean? Aliens with tits. Yeah, I'm not joking. Action DC. Yes. Let's have a little look. Just for your pleasure, mate. Let's have a little look. But yeah, it's interesting. We will continue doing these. I'll say deep dives into. There we go. Just for you, DC. Hidden. Beautiful. That is the future of humanity. See, told you. Aliens with tits. Beautiful. Any questions? Oh dear, yeah.
Right.
But again, we will. I don't know what I got for next show. To be honest with you, mate, what have we got?
Well, I still ain't done with this show, mate.
Yeah. Have you got anything you can bring forward, mate?
Of course I have.
Bring it.
Right.
I'm just gonna shut the door, just really quick.
So what's happened of late is, I don't know if you guys heard of the Lake Kato sighting. I might be saying it wrong. But it's this famous UFO picture that was taken when they were doing surveillance, high surveillance of the land over Lake Kato, I believe it is. And what they've done is, if you guys, I know some of you guys are following me on X, and if you follow me on Facebook, I posted it up. What they did is they did some high resolution images of this flying saucer that they caught. So grab a look, because I really like this picture. Oops, I pressed the wrong button as usual. Right, there we go. All right, there we go. And don't worry, I use ad blockers.
All right, don't rub it in.
Lake Kati. There we go. We'll start it from there.
Costa Rica. Come on, darling. Come say hello.
I didn't know the music sucked on this. I'm gonna take the music out. It sucks. There we go. So see, this is the original. Well, they zoomed in on it. Now this is the high-res scan of this.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see. 1971. Yeah, classic flying discs. Yeah. See that, darling?
But that's the one thing. Yeah, they had the negatives of it as well.
Oh right.
Now they tried to say They tried to debunk it a long time ago. Nobody was buying it. They said it was some sort of tack. That's it. Have you ever seen this picture?
No, I haven't, brother. No. It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Here, let's get a better one. There it is. Oops, sorry. So if you're on my X, go over there. See, now I've got used to saying X. But if you go on X, you can go and check out the high res images yourself. You know, it's a good one, and it's got the proper backstory into it of the person who took it and what they were using, what they were flying, all this stuff, all this great stuff. So that one's there. And we got another one of a possible UFO on Mars again. Mars is like...
Do you know that photograph you just put up there, hidden? It kind of looks like that.
Yeah?
Slightly. This is from 1976, so that's quite interesting. Sort of same decade, I should say.
Right. So let's check out this new UFO spotted on Mars. And it's coming again. This guy's doing some good work, Gene Ward. Yeah, I'm going to give him a thumbs up. There you go, Gene. Right, so let's check out what he's found.
Cool. Let's have a look.
Right navigation camera on board the rover Curiosity took this photograph, and we'll be zooming in on that black dot in the Martian sky. Here we're looking at the photograph downloaded directly from the NASA site. I'll include the link to the page in the video description. So let's zoom in closer on the area highlighted there.
Hey, how's it going, mate?
Left, we have conventional magnification, and to the right, I'm showing you the same image, this time upscaled using Topaz Labs Gigapixel, which uses deconvolution in its upscaling. So check that out, folks. We can see the same shape, the same geometry, the same details show up in both versions. There it is in context, showing the surface to the bottom, the mountains there in the background, and then the strange aerial phenomena that was photographed by the rover Curiosity. We've seen so many of these strange UFO saucer-shaped anomalies. This one has a strange part protruding out the bottom.
That's the string for the kite.
Compares that to some type of antenna potentially. So there to the right, the upscale picture, to the left, conventional magnification. So could these be drones or probes that are monitoring the progress of the rover as it makes its way through Gale Crater up into Mount Sharp? These things remain very compelling and also very mysterious. That concludes this brief presentation.
That's interesting,
I like him, man. I'm going to try and get him on the show.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah. So does he have more pictures on Mars? Actually, you know what? Did you show that one when we did the Mars?
Yeah, his whole channel's dedicated to looking at anomalies on Mars.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll go check him out, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm gonna.
It's a South African accent, isn't it? Is that South African? Yeah, I thought it might have been. Yeah.
I'm gonna invite him. See if he would like to come on the show and have a talk. I think he will, because I've seen him. I see that he likes to talk, and people who like to talk, they like to talk.
Sweet, man. Yeah, that's pretty good. Fair enough. Hey,
how you doing?
Yankee
Cooler.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome on in. Nice to see you. Welcome on in. So yeah, these pictures from Mars are like pretty. I mean, like I said, we've done the whole Mars live stream looking into these strange anomalies that's reoccurring. I mean, we like Sheepop says, you know, why we get these black and white crappy footage when we have high definition color photographs now.
Well, that's what they're posting on their site because he gets them directly from NASA's site. So that's a question for NASA.
True.
I get you. I know what you're saying because they take videos in color and then they alter them. But the pictures, and he's using something to sharpen them up to make them look good. But I think he's doing a good job, man. He's really doing a good job out there. So I mean,
it looks like a classic 1950s flying saucer, doesn't it?
Or it looks like your classic Amazon kite that they're flying out in Devon Island.
True. Yeah, nice one, man. Awesome. Yeah.
Right. So next one we got our Freedom of Information King, John. I'm going to say his name wrong. John Griswold Jr.
Yeah, that's right.
He's come up. Oh, good. I got his name right.
There we go, mate.
He's come out with another one, and he's got air traffic control. So let's get the story together.
Yeah. Is it Aristocrats? Yeah. You go check out our moon structure video. Did we do one on the moon, mate? I think we did, didn't we? Structures on the moon? I think we've done that, yeah. I think we might have done. Yeah, might have done a live stream on that one. So yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, there's definitely structures on the moon for sure. Yeah. Ashard is one of them. Yeah.
Okay, so this is apparently a UFO that was flying alongside this it sounds like this, I believe this is a private plane.
Okay.
So he gives you all the logs. This is coming from Black Vault. This happened on May the 20th, 2025. And what he's done is he's cut out all the silence and everything. So it is edited, but he hasn't edited out the talking because there's a lot, if you listen to air traffic control, they don't always talk straight. There's a lot of pauses going on and he's cut that all out.
Okay.
So yeah, let's take a listen.
Yeah.
See, starts off with a pause.
Center, Priester 192, got a question for you.
I got an answer if I can.
Yeah, we've got traffic. It looks like about 30 miles to our south. We can see him out the window. We just can't tell what it is. Can you tell me what it is?
30 miles to the south. You said 30 miles off the watch with which side?
30 miles off our right wing, about 1,500 feet above us.
Well, I'm not showing anything out there. What does it look like?
To be honest, it looks like a black circle, maybe with wings. We can't really tell. We're curious.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have any actual radar on anything over there, but keep an eye on it, I guess. Or...
Yeah, maybe it's something from that area. Airdrop a pic.
And Priester 192, are you still showing it?
Yeah, he's still out there visually. We can't see him on the screen anymore, but I guess it would be the size of probably about a wide body, maybe a 777 or something similar from the distance from us. But yeah, he's still out there just to beam us about, looks like maybe 2,000 feet above us.
It's pretty big.
Priester 192, you're saying that it was on TCAS too?
Yeah, we had him on TCAS for about 3 minutes or so, and now he's dropped off, but we can still visually see him.
Okay, and then did it have a call sign or anything?
No, no call sign. It's just showing up as a blank target, and the weird thing is we can visually see him, and usually it's just an air, but since we can see him visually, it's kind of a weird one.
But he said it looked like a black airplane.
Oakland, Alaska 1229, 380.
Alaska 1229, Oakland Center, roger. 29.
13, can you try Horizon 2201 again?
Okay, thanks. Horizon 2201, contact Oakland Center on 127.45.
2745, good day, Horizon Air 2201.
Freester 192, he's still there?
Yeah, he's still hanging out here right along with us. What's about? Same heading. A little closer to our altitude now, just hanging out with us.
You said it's all black and it looks like an airplane, but not really?
Yeah, it kind of, to be honest with you, it looks like an F-117, if you know what that is, the stealth fighter. Kind of what it looks like from our distance, but same altitude, maybe 20 miles off our right wing, about relative altitude now.
Freester 192, roger that, and just let the next controller know if it does anything weird. Anyway, Ryan's mother good over here. UFO/fighter aircraft following this Freester along. So that's weird. 35 to 37, thank you, and 35 to 37 as well. 33 back on course, Southwest 3598, climb and maintain, flight level 370.
37 Southwest 3598.
Waiting to ship here. 33 for that 35 initially. Take that one.
Freester 192, are you still showing the traffic that the target you're looking at above you?
Yeah, he's now a beam us by about 20 miles laterally. He's no more longer on TCAS, but he's still visually there.
And Freester 192, is it to your left wing or your right wing?
Right wing. Last guy said he couldn't see him, but yeah, right wing about 20 miles, same relative altitude it seems like.
Alaska 779, do you see anything maybe at your 10 to 11 o'clock and about 15 miles?
What are we looking for, Alaska 779?
Looking for a UFO.
Look for potentially an aircraft looking black object. Should be around your altitude, maybe between 35,000 and 37,000.
We're looking, Alaska 779.
That blows the drone out. Drone's
Right
got
there,
to
2012 traffic, 12 o'clock, 10 miles, opposite direction, 737, altitude above.
Right, 2012.
Alaska 601 traffic, 12 o'clock, 10 miles, opposite direction, Embraer, 1,000 feet below.
Center, Alaska 779, we don't see anything.
What?
Alaska 779, thanks.
FedEx 1645 checking in, climbing 350 for 370.
FedEx 1645, Oakland Center, roger. Smooth ride tonight.
And Center for Freester 192, the traffic appears to be climbing quite rapidly now. Same heading, but probably 3,000 to 4,000 above us, climbing pretty rapidly now.
Freester 192, roger. Freester 192, do you happen to think it's potentially a stealth fighter?
Go and take the out. Say yes.
Slight pause. Wait for it.
Was that for Freester 192?
And Freester 192, are they out of your visual range now?
Yeah, they're out of our visual range now. It looks like they kept on climbing up.
Freester 192, roger. And did it look like a fighter?
Yeah, it looks like some sort of military fighter or something similar.
Salt Lake 43, Oakland 43.
43?
Information, the Freester 192, they reported a black airplane-like object following them for the last maybe 100 miles of flight, but in the last 10 minutes that aircraft has climbed out of sight for them, but there is potentially a UFO out there. The den is already looking into it.
Well, dang it, they left too early. I wanted to hear all about it.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Freester 192, contact Salt Lake Center 132.25.
3225 for Freester 192. Yeah.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah.
I think they offered him an out.
Hmm.
Because we we were chatting about my video that I just posted.
Mm.
And the pilot that was reporting the UFO, the air traffic controller offered her a couple of times an out. Do you think could this be a drone? Could this be a balloon? And she was saying no.
Yeah.
So like, there was a couple of comments and we both said, you know, this pilot ain't flying again.
Yeah.
And I think he took the out. I think he took the out and said, yeah, you know, it's some sort of military craft. I don't know though.
Did it describe it as describe the craft in what way?
First he said it was a ball. A black ball. Did you guys hear that?
I did.
Did you guys?
Yeah, it was a bit muffled. I mean, because the thing is now everyone's talking about drones. Drones are now UFOs apparently. And it's just like what? Like no, drones are not UFOs. If it's a drone, it's a drone.
You can take the drone off the table because of they told you how high they were. They were at 35,000 feet climbing up. So it's drones off the table. That's why I said that as soon as he gave the altitude, I said, look, we take the drones off the table with this one. Could it be a military plane? That's not out of the water, but military planes, I don't know because I'm learning different things all the time. It used to be that military planes, they had their own airspace and they tended not to fly where commercial planes would fly.
Yeah, for sure.
But now
one guy's okay. Yeah. I tell you what, could you put the link for the video in chat, because John was telling us to shut up for that video because it was madly interesting. So John, we'll put the link in the description for you, and you can listen to it in your own time. All right, man. So sorry you got offended that the fact we were talking over it. So yeah,
I wasn't talking over it. Nobody was talking over it.
Yeah, well, according to John anyway. But stick it in chat anyway so people can.
I'll put it in the description box.
Yeah, go for it, mate. Go for it.
It'll be in the description box, John.
But honestly, it was really, I mean, trying to think like balls, like especially black balls that are seen in the sky. I mean, the concept of Foo Fighters was being brought up one more time. I noticed that. But these are like glowing balls of light and not, I mean, you could kind of say it's like a severe, isn't it, really? In terms of what the pilot was seeing. But no, yeah, very strange. Yeah.
Did he say, hold up, a black circle? You know what? I'm going to play that clip again. Let's clear this up. Because I'm taking away that he said ball. So we'll get the clip back up.
It's kind of hard to listen to these like air traffic control communications. It's all a bit muffled. But yeah, go for it, Hayden. Let's have a listen.
I got an answer if I can.
Yeah, we've got traffic. It looks like about 30 miles to our south. We can see them out the window. We just can't tell what it is. Can you tell me what it is?
30 miles to the south. You said 30 miles off the watch with which side?
30 miles off our right wing, about 1,500 feet above us.
Well, I'm not showing anything out there. What does it look like?
To be honest, it looks like a black circle. Maybe with wings. We can't really tell. We're curious.
Black circle.
Black circle. Black circle. Sorry. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting, man. Yeah.
Black circle.
That's from the Black Vault, isn't it? If I remember rightly, John Greenwald, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. He's pretty decent, I have to admit, because he does like FOIA requests and stuff like that. So he's pretty much in the ball's court when it comes
to. He's the king.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He's our king. He's the freedom of information king.
Yeah. That's a good find, mate. Brilliant. Fantastic.
All right. So, gonna round it up, and I'm not gonna play the whole video, but in my searches, it's very rare that I find a UFO video that makes my day. It's very rare. And
go for it. Let's have a look.
And because I want to end this on a jovial note, this is not the best UFO sighting I ever seen. But like I wrote to the lady who posted it, I will always remember this video, because, you know, when I start out on my job trying to find these footages or stories or whatever I come across, oh my God, it's a tedious thing. But this one, I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. And I even wrote to her and I said, you know what? Thank you for posting this. This has really made my day. And I mean, she got a bit confused because she thought I meant it was a good video. No.
Oh, it's not, no. Okay.
Oh no, I'm not. If it was a good video, they'd been on my channel. Believe that. But it was funny, and I knew I was going to show this. Now, this was a UFO that was filmed at nighttime from this lady's bedroom window. Now, her husband is there as well, so it's more audio than visual because there's not a lot going on. And guys, this could be anything. But the audio, you have to listen. You ready?
Go for it.
Now she's filming this UFO.
Is someone snoring?
Yeah, the husband's asleep.
Oh no, you can't laugh on this one because it might offend some people. Snoring attack, yeah.
Wow. She's trying her hardest to film this too. It gets better.
It's so pretty. Wow. Oh, it's right over the house next door.
I did say the UFO wasn't that interesting.
Where'd he go? There he is.
This guy's sawing some wood, man.
It's like a wood chipper.
And she's trying to give her commentary on it.
So low is in my tree line.
It's so beautiful. It's getting worse.
I've seen this thing every night lately. Going back and forth.
Oh.
Zoom out to catch her. There we go. My friend is gone temporarily. You gotta go from Susan.
Oh my God.
Oh, mate, that was hilarious. Oh, good find, mate.
But
who can sleep when someone is snoring like that?
That's why she's up filming UFOs.
Oh,
yes, yes, it's more than likely a plane. Like I said, the footage itself, it's. I don't want to say because she's seeing something she don't know what it is. She's filming. Yes, she's filming through a window, but the snoring, man. I was at my computer laughing. So that's coming from if you want to know, that was coming from Australia. The person's name is Wendy. Thank you so much, Wendy, for you made my day. You made my day, man.
That's hilarious. That's pretty funny.
So,
oh, brilliant. So I think that's it, guys. I think that's everything we've got on today's show. But yeah, Bill Herman, fantastic.
So what are you talking about on Friday?
So, oh, do you know? I don't know, mate. I'll tell you what. I am coming up on Alien Addict tomorrow. I'm uploading this a presentation by Graham Birdsall, very rare VHS tape, which seems to be doing gangbusters, and he was the co-founder. Well, he was the founder of these magazines right here, UFO magazines, and this is his hour-and-a-half presentation. Called The Reality of UFOs. Now, sadly, he's no longer with us. He died in 2003, but it's a very rare VHS tape, and it's talking about Virginia case. So, yeah. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting. So, I'll be uploading that to Alien Addict. Yeah, we should get that guy to sleep on our show for background noise.
Oh my god.
Oh dear. But if not, come catch me on Friday at 9 o'clock on Alien Addict for more snoring, I would imagine. Yeah. But no, Hidden is always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure. So we don't really know what I've got for next show. I'll be in touch, mate. We'll be in touch. Something interesting. Old cases as normal. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find Bill. I'll find a way of contacting him. When I want to find somebody, I'll find them.
Yeah, man.
No, I can't say that because there's been some people I have tried to look for and can't get them. And at the moment, I'm trying to get a guy on the show for you guys. I don't know how to put it, but you know, I think I'm being flogged off, to be honest, because it's always look, we're really busy at the moment. They're saying they want to do the show. I'd rather they just say, look, we don't want to come on your show, or we don't do interviews or whatever. But they're saying they want to come on, but they're busy. This has been going on now for a couple of months, but I've been trying to get this interesting guest on the show. So
sweet. All right, man.
I am still working on. I'm still working the guy.
Okay.
Well, but when we do. I don't like see things like that. I don't really like talking about, because if I say, oh, look, you know, when I started out, I had an interview set up with a guy. I even promoted the interview. The guy told me he was 100%. Last minute, he let me down. And it just made me feel like he wasn't going to do the show to begin with. He just wanted to have a little giggle with me. That's how I felt. You know, so I don't tell anybody what I got in store. That's why I told you this one, but you don't know who it is.
Yeah.
So
okay, fair enough, mate. Yeah, unfortunately, you just don't really get people that are too serious, and they, you know, all these jokers. It's
I get this because this guy, he's I know he's a busy guy. I do know that, but he told me he knows who I am, which I was blown away. Mm-hmm. And he says, you know, yeah, I would love to come on your show, love to talk about this topic. But, you know, he just hits me up and says he's busy. Not in that way.
Yeah.
He does it nicely. That's why I believe him. You know, but I'm just shortening it down to the conversation where, you know, I'm really busy, really snowed under. Once I get my table cleared, you were the man.
Okay.
So, but anyways, that's it, man. That's it. So thank you guys for joining. Hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you had a good laugh at the last one. So Wendy's video. Wendy's footage was not in vain. Like I did tell you, it wasn't going to be the best UFO sighting, or, you know what I mean?
But the snoring was the icing on the cake, mate.
Well, and you get to see a part of what I have to do, because I do have to look at these videos, and then I make a quick assessment on what they are. And it's only when I see something that, oh, this looks good, and then I'll call my missus over to have a look, because she's a skeptic. So then she'll say, well, it could be this or it could be that. And if she turns around and says, well, I don't know what that is, I haven't got a clue, then I think, okay, we're both agree, because like I said, everything to me is a UFO. So I have to have her to keep me there, keep me level.
Yeah, we're all grounded, mate. I understand, brother. I understand. But I'd like to thank everyone in chat. It's always a pleasure, as always. Love the banter and everything. And yeah, much appreciated, guys. And I'd like to welcome all new subscribers as well.
I don't.
And
all the new ones can get lost, mate. So
he's joking, guys. He's joking. But anyway, but no, honestly, guys, catch us next Wednesday on Hidden Underbelly, and you can catch me on Tuesday or this Friday on Alien Alex. Link is in the description. Which, hey man, how's it going, man? Nice to see you, and thanks for being in chat. And
all right, man.
Yeah, I'll probably catch you Friday. Hidden or yours, mate.
Until next time, stay blessed and keep safe. I just want to get the banner off. Right, that's it. So I'm stealing Dave Allen when I'm saying goodbye. I don't. But anyways, I'm stealing Dave Allen's, and and it's an insane world. Again, it is getting even more insaner. But at least we can have a giggle, and that's what counts. If you can, in this crazy time, we can all have a laugh and laugh at our leaders. Let's do so, because really, the only time we're going to trust government is when a few of them start going to jail for the misdeeds that they're doing. So, until next time, stay blessed and keep safe.
All the best, guys. Take care.
For there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed, and nothing concealed that will not be known and illuminated. Stay blessed and keep safe. This is the Hidden Underbelly. Stay blessed and keep safe.